Hello everyone and welcome back to our supplemental videos for statistics and probability. And today we are going to have our last module for week number 4. And today we are going to start with our lesson 1, which is all about illustrating t distribution. So last time we talked about the z table, the z distribution, and the standard normal curves, right? And today this is a different type of distribution we are going to tackle. So let's go directly to our lesson. So t distribution, per definition, is a probability distribution which is utilized in estimating parameters of a certain population in case the sample size is small and or the population variance or standard deviation is unknown. So katong last time sa z distribution, known ang atoang variance or ang atong standard deviation. Aside from that is ang atoang population is large. Dako siya, more than 40, I guess. Pag mo na siya ang boundary. So pag pataas, 40 pataas ang imuhang sample size, no? Kaya ang gamito nato is ang z distribution. However, if 40 pababa, no, ang gamito nato is ang t nga distribution. Aside from that is gamito ng t distribution if the population variance and the standard deviation kay unknown or wala ta kabalo sa ilahang values. Okay, so comparing the curves of our z and t, no, ang atoang z is much more steep, no, nga na ang dagway sa atoang z distribution or z curve. This is for your z distribution. Whereas, no, mas mas steeper siya compared sa t distribution because t distribution is much more flatter siya. Although bell curve gihapon siya, pero mas flat siya compared sa imong z. Aside from that, mas spread siya, no, in terms sa imong standard deviation. Okay? Now, the formula in looking for our t value is x bar or sample mean minus your population mean or mu over standard deviation over sample standard deviation, remember s half, over square root of n or sample size. I will repeat, sample mean minus population mean over sample standard deviation over square root of n. So later on, na ay mga problems, no, sa next nga mga lessons, kagamito na to ang kana siya nga formula. But today, I'm just going to present to you and I'm just going to define kung unsa ba na siya, no, mga kasabutan na mga symbols. Okay? Let's go directly with our main topic for today, which is all about the t distribution table as well. Kung manipod ang nasa inyong activities, no? So, ang z nga distribution, nasa kaugalingon nga table. Remember na ang first 2 digits, mo to siya ang imong pangitaon or gamiton sa imuhang leftmost nga column, ang pinakauna nga column. Whereas ang third digit, dito nimo gamiton sa topmost nga row or ang pinakauna nga row sa taas. And then i-intersect nimo, no, ang duha ka values and then that is your z value. Actually, almost the same lang ang paggamit sa imong t table like this one. This is your t table. Ang pagpangita sa t value is the same using also the intersection. But this time, dili mo gamit og first 2 digits and the third digit. Kundili, ang atong gamiton is kaning gitawag nato nga degrees of freedom. Kaning degrees of freedom or DF, makita niyo na siya class, diri sa pinakauna, no? The first column, the leftmost column of your table, na din ha nakalocate si DF. Na din sa pinakauna. Kanang 1 to 28. Gamit ang inyong module page number 4. That is 1 to 28 ang imuhang DF. Okay? Whereas, ang imuhang alpha, kanang nga symbol is that is for alpha, no? Makita na siya sa first nga row kanang topmost kanang naay 0.1, 0.05, 0.025, 0.01 and 0.005. So, unsa ba ang pagkuha sa imong degrees of freedom? So, ang degrees of freedom or ang DF, makuha nimo na siya gamit ang sample size. So, all you have to do is get the sample size, then minus 1, then that is your degrees of freedom automatically. So, kung tahay gani na kay problem or na kay question nga wala gihatag si DF diretso pero given imuhang sample size or ang imuhang n, then pwede nimo to siya gamiton, minusan lang nimo siya og 1, muna to dayon ang imuhang degrees of freedom. Okay? Ayaw kalimti, degrees of freedom or DF is found, or those are the numbers at the leftmost column, pinaka-left. Okay, and then alpha, this is the numbers at the topmost row, pinakaunang row sa taas. And it is all often denoted as ani. Naingani nga symbol T, tapos ay parenthesis, then alpha, comma, degrees of freedom, then parenthesis. Example, this is T, and then naka-parenthesis 0.05, 8. Ang ibig sabihin ani, class, is kaning imuhang imuhang alpha is 0.05. Okay? Tapos kaning imuhang 8, that is your DF. Okay, klaro ba? Karang ganito nimo ang imuhang Z-table. So, ilocate nimo una si DF. Atong DF kay 8, imo siyang gunitan din ha. Kung pangitaan mo si 0.05 nga alpha sa taas, 0.05 is naa dire, ikaduha. Then, imo siyang ipangitaon ang value sa iyang intersection or kung aha siya nagtagbo. So, the answer would be the t value for 0.05, 8 is equal to 1.860. So, ang t value, the t value for this is 1.860. So, nga na siya para makuha nato ang t value using your alpha and your degrees of freedom. The next session or the next section of this video is I am going to explain to you the activities, although na-answer naman po siya din and na-explain na siya sa inyong module. But for more clarification, I am going to explain to you your activity number 1 and the answers nga naa sa inyong module. Okay? Activity 1 in your module, you are given 4 different types of problems, no? And we are going to answer that today and explain to you as well para mas klaro lang siya. But actually, if you can read your module, mas klaro na explain naman din na and na-clarify na, although ako lang ay sabak. This is just supplemental or backup. Okay, so activity 1, find or determine the values that are asked in the problem. Number 1, so good that n is equal to 14. That means your sample size is equal to 14. Alpha is equal to 0.1. And we are looking for your t value or t alpha df. Muna itong na-denote as your t value. So, kung saan yung napansin, ang sa number 1, wala siya degrees of freedom or df. That means, kailangan nato i-utilize kung unsa ang given nga naa dinha para makita nato si DF. Unsa ba ang naa dinha sa number 1 nga pwede nato magamit para makita nimong degrees of freedom? Recall ka ganina nga mga formulas. Yes, you can use n in order for us to find your DF. If you can remember the formula in finding the DF, that is simply n minus 1. So, kuhaan lang nato og isa si sample size n, and we are going to obtain our DF. So, 14 minus 1, that is 13. So, our DF now is equal to 13. Then, our alpha is equal to 0.1. Now, look at our table. Looking at our table, you can see that for DF 13 and our alpha is 0.1, ang nasa intersection o nasa ilahang pagtakbo is equal to 1.350. Therefore, your t value is 1.350. Claro? Second example. So we have here in our second example, we have df is equal to 10, alpha is equal to 0.025, and we are still looking for our t value. For number 2, dili na to kinahanglan mag-minus sa imuhang sample size. It's because you are given already directly with the df or degrees of freedom. So ato ni siyang gamiton diretso si 10 and si 0.025. Using your t tables, you can see that here, no? You can see that for number 10, sa ika-10 nga DF, and then sa taas is 0.025. Kung imo na siyang kuhaw ng ilahang intersection or kung ha sila nag-meet, that is, the value for t is 2.228. So you have 2.228. That is your t value. Okay? Wala kayo manipulation sa formulas and all, and numbers and all. Gamiton lang yun nato ang inyuhang t-table. The next one is, we are given with the t-value. Our t-value is alpha df is equal to 2.052. We are given with an alpha, 0.025. And we are looking for our n or our sample size. So, unsaon nato ni siya? Na gihatag man si t-value, gihatag si alpha, gipangita si n. Sayon ra kayo, as in. Now, gamito nato si 2.052. Ato siyang ilocate sa imong table. Human, pabaliktad ta, paatras ta. So, gamito nato si 2.025, ay, sabi rin 0.baliktad ako number, sorry. This is 25. Gamito nato si 2.025. Pagkahuman, atong isa ka o pangitaon si 0.025. And then moatras sa diri kay degrees of freedom. Pila imong degrees of freedom? 27. So atong i-take note si degrees of freedom. Ma'am, nganong kinahanglan man nato i-take note si degrees of freedom? Because na din ha ang link or ang connection, no, sa imong gipangita, which is si n. Diba? Si n as si df, makita nato siya kung si n minusan og 1. Pero gipangita man nato si n dili baliktad kibali ang question. So gipangita nato si n, no, gamit imuhang df. So unsa tong buhaton? Sayo na kayo. In finding the n, you are going to have your df plus 1. Yung nakasimple. Lungato nato ang imuhang degrees of freedom og isa para makuha si n. So our n is equal to 27 plus 1. N is equal to 28. That easy. Questions? Ayun lang kayo siya. Actually, ano na siya din ha, sa inyuhang sa inyuhang module. Last is we're going to use the formula that I presented a while ago. No? Find the t value when your population mean is equal to 42, sample mean is equal to 44, sample standard deviation is equal to 5, and sample size is equal to 25. If you can still remember the formula, t is equal to x bar minus mu over s over square root of n. That is your formula. And you are given with the following numbers na. So, unsa tong buhaton, ato lang siyang i-substitute directly ang imong mga numbers sa imong mga letters. So, we have t is equal to x bar is equal to 44 minus your mu or population mean, that is 42, over s is equal to 5 over square root of n, which is 25. Okay, klaro, asigi ka ng mga numbers. Ang mga letters din or symbols, akong gipulihan sa mga gihatag nimo nga mga numbers. Now, sa ito muna buhaton, pwede na ito unahan ang nasa parenthesis and unahan ko na ito ang nasa sulod sa imong square root. So, that is going to be 44 minus 42, that is 2 over 5 over pila ang square root of 25. That is 5 because 5 times 5 is 25. So, 5. Ano na, complicated ba? Ay na, ito na pa-simplify. Simplify na ito na. Simplify na ito na. Ato unahon ni siya. No, before tamag to ani. 2 over 5 over 5. Pila ba ang 5? Divide 5. 5 over 5 is equal to 1. Okay, we're almost done. Therefore, 2 over 1 or 2 divide 1, of course, is equal to 2. Therefore, our t is equal to 2. Your t value is equal to 2. Okay, so I think that ends our lesson 1. This is just an introduction of the t distribution. And we are going to proceed with the next lessons. And medyo complicated na nag-start na complicate ang ito ang mga next lessons. So stay tuned and I will see you in our next video. Bye!